this question is in regards to the color of your material. So I got a couple of your books here, right? Self-publishing for new authors and advanced self-publishing for new
Yep.
authors. And as we, or not new authors, sorry, for authors, sorry. And as you can see, people who are watching, he's wearing the color orange. It's not a, it's not a coincidence that this is also orange. Look at that handsome face. But my question is, why the color orange, and how has that helped you with? Because it's obviously for sure a branding move, and I
Oh yeah.
freaking love the idea, and it's a bright color too, like Super Mario or
Oh yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog. So it was like it's really specific. So how did you come up with the concept of orange being the representation of your brand, and how did you even conceptualize creating a brand in general?
It was an accident, to be honest with you. My
Oh, no way.
brand initially had started out with just I when I started in YouTube, my whole thing was it was a means to an end. There were authors that had questions after I had some interviews on some YouTube channels. And so rather than me having to be tied up in DMs and emails, I thought I'll shoot some videos. And as the years kind of progressed, I started to kind of identify myself as the t-shirt and jeans guy. Like I'm stripped
Yeah,
down because you would see all these hucksters over on YouTube where they're like dressed as a tens and buy their Lamborghinis inside their huge millionaire mansion. Like I don't care about none of that. I don't want to have a mansion. What the hell, man? That's too much damn money. I've learned to not spend and squander my money on useless stuff. And to me,
right.
I'm happy. You can put me inside a freaking broom closet and I'm going to be all right.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until about, I would say, a few years ago. A lot of people think that I've always done the orange shirt, but I didn't until about, I'm thinking it was 2020, maybe 2021.
Mhm.
And I was working on a series called Book Rescue. And that's a whole story in and of itself. And my video producer at the time was just pulling his hair out because he's like, okay, Dale, I can't use some of this footage. And I was like, why? He's like, well, your shirt keeps changing. I want to make it seem like it's, the same time as you're going through this
Mm.
video. And so he wanted to have like a timeline. So I'd have to go through and reshoot some of the things that I did and the same shirt that I was wearing at that specific time period. And so at the same time, I had a brand reach out to me called Into the AM. And this is
Mhm.
again, this is not me shilling for them or anything. Got great products. They had wanted to do a sponsorship with me. And so they
Yeah.
sent me a package of various t shirts and loved them. It was fantastic. But I put on that orange shirt. And I remember looking at the orange shirt and I was like, man, that thing's ugly as hell. Who the hell's going to wear that damn orange shirt? I'm literally going like, who will wear this in their right mind? But I
Yeah.
put it on and was like, oh, I felt almost like this. Like, I'm like, this is right. This
Yeah.
feels right. Well, you fast forward to the time then when my video producer was like, hey, could you dial this stuff in? I was just like, all right, I'm not reshooting any more of these damn things. From now on, I'm wearing nothing but orange. So
Yeah.
really, it was a means to an end.
That's
And
awesome.
the funny thing is, the reason why we went with the orange shirt was we were doing some split tests on some thumbnails for our videos. Every time that we would try something different than the orange shirt, we were getting less people watching the videos. We are having
Interesting.
less of a click through rate because of the orange. Anytime I change to orange, boom, more clicks, more views, longer watch time. And I was just
Wow.
like, you know what? I'm not going to argue with this at all. And my buddy, the video producer, Norton, I'm just going to go ahead and say, big shout out to Dan Norton. Norton says to me, he's just like, man, you should just go ahead and buy yourself a closet full of those shirts. You darn straight. I went ahead and opened up freaking into the AM. I bought myself a lot. Now, it is crazy. If you ever go into my closet, it's like orange. there's
Nickelodeon style.
exactly. You just literally I just get up in the morning, snatch that thing off. All I have to do is think, is today a work day? It's a work day. Boom. I pop that off. Anytime I put this orange on, it's almost like a signal to my brain, it's time to get to work. And
Mhm.
so I put this on, it's a switch. So the marketing just happened by accident. It literally was just by accident. And now people are starting to recognize me for that.